Hello everyone, welcome to Nagesh Karazgi Orchid School channel. I am Sridevi Kanke. I am going to teach you SST subject of grade 4. In the previous episode, we have studied our lesson number 3, our water wealth. Are you remember, student? Yes, so we will do a quick recap. Okay? What we have studied in that lesson, just we will do a recap. In this lesson, what we have learned? We have learned the uses of the water and its sources and why it is shortage of water. And what else we have studied in that lesson? We have studied that water is provided to people in different ways. Who all need water, students? Yes, very good. Plants, animals, birds and all living things all need water. There can be no life without water. Can you imagine that? Without water can we live? No, obviously. Okay, and we need water for what things we need water, students? We need water for drinking, cooking, bathing, washing, for each and everything we need water. And what else? To wash the clothes also, and what we need for the farmers to grow the crops, water they need. These are the uses of water. Now what are the sources of water? That is whole earth, it is full of water. That is 3/4 of water it is contained. Basically in oceans and sea we having it, but we can use that water for drinking? No. Very good, students, that we need water that we cannot use for those things. Why? It is because of the salty. Very good. And then ocean, rivers, lakes, ponds, that water can be used for drinking. But how it is? Like a process, they will do filtration. Okay. Water is also present under the earth's surface, that is under the earth. We having water, that is what we call that water? Groundwater. See, students, all it is like a globe, a whole earth, where you can see this all blue in color, that is nothing but water. That is nothing but water. We can find all around water, but we cannot use for drinking. Because the main reason is the water is salty. So that water cannot be used for the farming. We have cities and villages in as the season changes, as in summer season comes, that time we need a shortage of water, isn't it, students? Not only in cities, in villages also. This is the reason just we have told you, that is because of the salty. It cannot be used for drinking and the farmers too. See, this is the oceans where the water is coming here and it's going back. But where it is there, you can see in the form of ice cubes. Yes, is nothing but salt. Our main source of water is rain. Water is there. We are finding how, where it comes. It is the main is from the rain. Rain is the main source of water. However, as in a season changes, how many seasons we have, students? 3. Very good. What are they? Summer, winter and rainy season. As rainy season comes, so what we having we'll have a full of water, and that is because of full of water it is coming out and it is flowing on the roads, and it's like floods, isn't it? Yes. So in some places it may rain, some places may not rain. For example, desert places where Rajasthan, Gujarat places, we can find there is no rain. We can find hardly few times rains. Okay, so that places we can't do. They can't do, like the soil or the land will be desert. It's not fertile, so they cannot crops. they cannot grow crops properly. Why? Because water is needed. Rivers are full of water during monsoon months. They are often floods. As in monsoon means rainy season type, that what happens, the rivers or the lake is full of water having oftenly we can find floods that area, that places. But most of those water simply flow into the sea. During hot summer months, many rivers dry up. Yes, during summer season, can you see students here, as rain will come, the land will become wet, thicky. As summer season comes, the land become dry. The land also, it will be, cracks will be there. And can you see here, some of where boats are there on that picture, where lakes are there, it is dried up. See, it becomes in which season, students? Summer season. How it provides water? Water's resources are unevenly distributed on surface of the water. Humans access this water in different ways. People who live near rivers take water from the rivers. They are the people who live nearby the rivers, so they directly take from the rivers. Those are very far away from the river, watery places. What they will do? They have to walk miles and miles. Some people have to walk for miles to get pot of drinking water. So what they will do? Some draw it from the wells, and what they do sometimes, some pump out the water from the wells. River water. In places where there are rivers, the river water is cleaned and supplied as drinking water. It is also used for irrigation. As in some places where river water is there, it is not how earlier we have discussed that river water can be used for drinking. How it is cleaned, whatever river water will be mud and everything it contains. So what they will do? They will do a process like filtration. It will be cleaned and it will supplied as drinking water. So this water can not only used for drinking, this water can be used for irrigation purpose also. So students, here whatever the river water is there, they have through the pumps and they are using this water for the irrigation purpose also. Now wells and tube wells. Now what are wells, students? In places where sufficient groundwater is under the land, water is present, that groundwater is available, what they will do? They will dug that land and they will make a big hole, so that is called as a well. That wells are dug. And what are tube wells here, students? Tube wells are wells in which pumps are installed. Means where wells are there, in that what they will do? They will put or they will install huge tubes. Due to electricity, they will take that water for the irrigation purpose. And how it will run? On electricity or diesel. So as I have told you, this is well where we can take out water through a bucket which is tied with a rope. So due to the help of wheel, they can take out the water from the wells. And whereas this is two wells where water and pumps are huge, it is installed, and due to electricity, the waters will come out forcefully, and this water can be used for the farming. So they are commonly used in farms to provide water for irrigations. Hand pump. Now this is one kind of water. We can find this kind of pumps in nearby villages. So how it will be worked out is like a hand pump is there, where it is a long handle is there. By pressuring it will come out. It will draw the water. This also from the groundwater only. It is called as hand pumps. Now irrigation canals. Now what is irrigation canals? Irrigation canals are dug to take water from rivers to few regions where there is shortage of water. Yes, in like places like Rajasthan, Gujarat, we cannot find water. So they have to grow the crops. What they will do? The Indira Gandhi Canal in Rajasthan, on Satluj River basin, or Indira Gandhi Canal has been made. From that water, it is supplied to those places where water is not there. It takes water from the Satluj River basin, where it is, we can find from the northwest areas of Rajasthan. Dams. Dams are built on rivers to hold back the water in a reservoir. What are reservoir, students? Whatever in monsoon season water is coming, rainfall, that due to the rivers, lakes is full of water, we can find oftenly floods there. So to stop, what they will do, dams have been built and reservoirs are there. In that reservoir we can store that excess water to fill the dam. The reservoir fills up during the monsoon months. So this is an example of a reservoir. This controls what it controls. Why we are making reservoir dams? It controls floods in the rivers. This water is used for irrigations when during shortage of water is there. That time we can use this reservoir water and it will supply to their places, that region. The force of the water as it flows down from the reservoir is used to generate electricity. Whatever the water is coming out from that, the force of water, what is generated? Yes, very good. That is electricity. Electricity, it is generated from the force of water is called hydroelectricity, and we have already discussed what is multi-purpose project. So what our dams are, the dams are very useful in different ways. That is called multi-purpose project. Some major dams in our country, like what are they? We have earlier discussed. One more time we will discuss it. We having a major dams are there in our country. That is, first one, Bhakra Nangal Dam. It is built on Satluj River basin. It is in the state Punjab. Second one, the Nagarjuna Sagar Dam. It is built on the Krishna River nearby the Telangana and Andhra Pradesh. And one more dam, that is Farakha Bareg Dam. It is on river Ganga and it is in West Bengal. And one more dam, it is there, the Hirakud Dam. It is built on Mahanadi River. It is on Odisha side. Now this is, can you see here, Bhakra Dam, one more Nagarjuna Sagar Dam, Farakha Bareg Dam and Hirakud Dam. We have a huge dams on the big rivers, and some dams are huge big dams are being discouraged. They have told not to build again while all over the world. Why? The reasons are, scientists they are telling due to that huge dams we having often will get earthquakes, and one more reason, that is it will affect to the environment. Environmentalists claims that they cause environmental problems. So due to that reason, and one more, number of people living nearby that areas, reservoir areas, it will destroy. And it will may destroy the not only animal life and a plant life too. And some scientists feel, what they feel, that it is large waves can cause the earthquakes. So this is, they have said that not to build huge big dams. Now come to the point of subtopic, that is tanks and ponds. In place where it is difficult to dig big wells, people often use tanks and ponds to collect rainwater. What they will do, how a tanks and ponds they will do in place where wells are not possible to dig it. What they will do, the people they oftenly use tank, big huge tanks are been built. From that they will take water, and how it is collected by the rain. As when the rains come, the tank will be full, and from that only they will use it. Next point, it is the rainwater harvesting. Rainwater harvesting. Now students, rainwater harvesting what? What is rainwater harvesting? Have you heard about this earlier? Okay, you have not. Rainwater harvesting is a good method of saving rainwater from flowing away. Whatever rain is there, whatever as the monsoon season starts, the rainwater will come. So what the rainwater they eat, simply it will fill the, as usual it will fill the river, lakes and everything, but whatever it is flowing on the roads and everything, it will flow on the roads. It is simply used like that. So that water can be stored and we can reuse again it. How it is possible by the rainwater harvesting? So let us see this. Rainwater harvesting is a good method of saving rainwater from flowing away. Now this is one kind of a method where we can save water, as we having a shortage of water during some time. So what we can do, we can save water, rainwater, whatever the rainwater, from unnecessary flowing away. So how we can store, how we can save? Let us see this. Rainwater from flowing away, rainwater falling on the roofs of buildings and the ground is allowed to flow into a deep hole dug in the ground. It thus adds to the groundwater. Clean water that we get through our taps is precious. We should not waste it. So what they are telling students, rainwater, how we can say the rainwater, whatever that is flowing away, we can save. How? As if the rain will flow on a top of the building, like a roofs, isn't it? From that, whatever it is, the water is flowing from the pipes, it will go down. So what we can do, one method it is there, like we can dig a deep hole under the ground, and what we can attach to that pipe. This adds whatever the groundwater is, rainwater, it will be collected in the groundwater. How? The clean water that we get through our taps is precious. So whatever we are using, like washing hand after eating, wash your hands, and while bathing also. So that water is very precious. We have to save it. Unnecessary we should not, like what the some your friends circles or maybe your in a home, what they will do after filling the bucket also, the water will simply flow. What you can do it, you can tell them, or else you have to close the tap by telling it is how much it is used, that much water we have to use it. Unnecessary we should not open and you have to go like that. Understood students? Yes, so we should not waste water. So here whatever it is, for example, in our home, whatever rain will coming, it will be connected rainwater, and due to that pipe, if it is on land, we can underground one tank will be there, or it will dug. This water will pipeline, it is be connected to it. Whatever rainwater will become, it will flow down and it will collect down in this pipe. So this water can be used for washing clothing. We can use for that purpose and not for drinking. And this water can be used for the gardening purpose also. Yes students, for washing cars, this water can be used. So this water will be used. This is one kind of a rainwater harvesting. So we have completed our lesson. Now what we have learned in this lesson, just we'll know. I now know. What you all know now? Much of the water on the earth cannot be used for drinking or irrigation. Wells, irrigation canals, dams, tanks and ponds are used to provide water for irrigation and other purpose. So these kind of water are the, like wells are there, tube wells are there, irrigation canals are built, dams are there, tanks are there, and ponds. How all are these we can use to provide water for irrigation and other purposes also. Large dams are being discouraged. Why it is discouraged, students? Because it will cause the environmental problems and displace the local people. So what need to remember in this lesson? Words to remember like tube wells. Wells in which electric pumps are installed to draw water. What are tube water, students? In wells like that, pipes are being installed, and with the electric pumps it will be it are being installed to draw the water. And what is dam? A structure built across a river to hold back its water in a reservoir. What is a dam, students? Yes, a structure. It is built across the river to hold back water in a reservoir. And what is hydroelectricity, students? Electricity generated by force of water. So this is our end of the lesson. So what you need to do, students? As usual, you have to open the Canopy book. We will start that Canopy book.
Our water wells. In this lesson, you will learn about the uses of water and its sources, why there is a shortage of water, and the different ways in which water is provided to people. There is so much water in the oceans, seas, rivers, and lakes. But we still have a shortage of drinking water in many of our cities and villages. What are the reasons for this? Think and answer.
All plants and animals need water. There can be no life without water. We need water to drink. We also need water to bathe, wash clothes, and cook our food. Farmers need water to grow crops. Sources of water. About 3/4 of the Earth's surface is covered with water. It is present in oceans, seas, rivers, lakes, and ponds. There are many rivers in our country. Water is also present under the Earth's surface as groundwater.
Did you know more fresh water is stored under the ground than on the Earth's surface?
Shortage of drinking water. But we still have a shortage of water in our cities and villages. This is because of the following reasons. The water in seas and oceans is salty. It cannot be used for drinking or by farmers for watering their crops. Our main source of water is rain. However, it rains only for 2 or 3 months in India. In fact, in several places, it hardly rains at all. Rivers are full of water during the monsoon months. There are often floods during these months, but most of this water simply flows into the sea. During the hot summer months, many of our rivers dry up, providing water. Water resources are unevenly distributed on the surface of the earth. Humans access this water in different ways. People who live near rivers take water from the rivers. Some people have to walk for miles to get a pot of drinking water. Some draw it from wells, some pump out the water from the well. River water. In places where there are rivers, the river water is cleaned and supplied as drinking water. It is also used for irrigation. Wells and tube wells. In places where sufficient groundwater is available, wells are dug. Tube wells are wells in which pumps are installed. The pumps run on electricity or diesel. They are commonly used in farms to provide water for irrigation. Hand pumps are worked by hand to draw water from deep inside the earth. Irrigation canals. Irrigation canals are dug to take water from rivers to regions where there is shortage of water. You have read about the Indira Gandhi Canal in Rajasthan. It takes water from the Satluj River to the northwest areas of Rajasthan. Dams. Dams are built on rivers to hold back the water in a reservoir behind the dam. The reservoir fills up during monsoon months. This controls floods in the rivers. This water is used for irrigation during the time when there is shortage of water. The force of the water as it flows down from the reservoir is used to generate electricity. Electricity generated from the force of water is called hydroelectricity. Since dams are useful in so many different ways, they are called multi-purpose projects. Some major dams in our country are as follows. The Bhakra Mandal Dam, built over the Satluj River in Punjab. The Nagarjuna Dam over the Krishna River in Telangana and Andhra Pradesh. The Faraka Barrage over the Ganga River in West Bengal. The Hirakud Dam over the Mahanadi River in Odisha. However, big dams are being discouraged all over the world now. Environmentalists feel they cause environmental problems. They displace a large number of people living in the reservoir area of the dam. They also destroy animal and plant life in the area. Some scientists feel that large reservoirs can cause earthquakes in some areas. Tanks and ponds. In places where it is difficult to dig wells, people often use tanks and ponds to collect rainwater. Rainwater harvesting. Rainwater harvesting is a good method of saving rainwater from flowing away. Rainwater falling on the roofs of buildings and the ground is allowed to flow into a deep hole dug in the ground. It thus adds to the groundwater. Clean water that we get through our taps is precious. We should not waste it.
This is types of irrigations. So this water can be used. See students, this is one of the traditional ways of irrigation in India. A small check dam is built across the canal, then water is taken from the canal with the help of a buckets and dropped into the field. In this one of the traditional, in the olden days they used to adopt this type of method. See, this is one of the method. This is another traditional way for irrigation. How? Here the man is using the wooden wheel to move water from one field to the another field. So here where man is there with the help of the wheel, what he is doing, he is taking from one field to another field. Water is taking. So in another form of irrigation, water is taken from the rivers to the fields with the help of canals. This is called the canal irrigation. See students, this is where canal is there, from where they are using it. In some places, tanks are built to catch and store rainwater. This is one of the method where rainwater has been saving it, and the water from the tank is used to water the fields when there is no rain. This is called a tank irrigation, where in the rainwater is stored. When water is not there, that time they are using this rainwater for the irrigation purpose. And next is, this is a hand pump. These are the tube wells where it will work on the electricity basis. The tube wells draw water from the below the ground using electric pumps. This water is carried to the fields with the help of the ditches and canals. Sprinkler. You all know, students, this is a sprinklers. Sprinkler irrigation is one of the modern method where we are using now, advanced way. If for the irrigation here, water is sprayed on the crops from a network of pipes. There is less loss of water in this method than in a canal and tank irrigation. In drip irrigation, means here what they are showing, students, here is what pipes are there. Can you see, student? Yes, this is a pipe. It is nothing but drip irrigations, and water is supplied directly to the roots of the plants. This is one of the best method of irrigation, as there is very little loss of water will be there. It is directly sent to the roots of the water. So this is there, and then we'll go for animation, students. Rainwater harvesting. So I request all the students to see this.
Have you ever stood and watched the rain falling? If you have, you might have seen how most of the rainwater just flows down the road into drains and gutters and gets wasted. In a world where there are so many people who do not even have water to drink, is it right to let water go waste this way? Rainwater harvesting is a process where rainwater is collected and stored for later use. Here, the rain which falls on the roof of buildings is collected in large tanks. The collected rainwater may be dirty, so it is filtered and then stored for use. The water can be used to water gardens and for washing vessels and clothes. The water can also be boiled and then used for cooking and as drinking water. Rainwater harvesting is also used to recharge the underground water levels. The rainwater is allowed to flow into sandy pits from where it sinks into the ground. Rainwater harvesting has made several villages in Rajasthan green once more. The villagers have started building traditional earthen dams to capture rainwater. This is used for recharging the underground water supply. This is a johar in Rajasthan. A johar is a dam that collects rainwater and sends it into the ground to recharge the supply of underground water.
Okay students, we have completed our third lesson. So as usual, you have to read the lesson. Till then, bye bye.